Hello students, welcome. Today we are studying class 11th biology chapter cell, in which we study the structure and function of cell organelles. Some cell organelles are studied in last video. In this video we study the other cell organelles. First is flagellum or cilia. Cilia or flagellum. This is membrane bound cell organelles, single membrane bound cell organelles. Cilia and flagella. What is cilia and flagella? In some plants such as fungi, algae, pteridophytes, some gymnosperms, and many animals have shown movement with the help of a fibular structure that is called flagellum or cilium. They show movement with the help of flagellum or cilium. Flagellum and cilium are originated from basal body or basal granule. They originate from basal body or basal granule, and which is situated below the membrane. Basically, cilium and flagellum are similar in structure, but they show some different in their size. We can see here cilium is short than flagellum. Cilium has length 5 to 20 micrometer, but flagellum have length 100 to 200 micrometer. Okay, they are different in size. Now we are talking about the types of flagellum. All cilias are similar in structures, but flagellum has two types. Some flagellum has lateral here like structures along with the flagellum, along with the shaft, that is called fimbriae. And that type of flagellum which have this hair like structures are called tensile type flagellum. Okay, tensile type of flagellum, and these structures, hair like structures, are fimbriae, fimbers, or mastigonemes. And another type of flagellum that have no hair like structure, which is naked flagellum, is called whiplash type flagellum. So the two types of flagellum, first is tensile type flagellum and second whiplash type flagellum. Tensile type flagellum have outer hair like structure along with the shaft, but whiplash is naked flagellum. Okay, cilia may be motile or non-motile. Cilia may be motile or non-motile. Motile cilia have rhythmic movement or wave movement. Motile cilia have rhythmic or wave movement. They show movement with the help of cilium. They have effective stroke. Due to the effective stroke of cilium, animals get movement. Okay. Now we see here the difference of cilium. What difference in cilium and flagellum? Some difference in cilium and flagellum. First is they are different in length. Cilium are smaller in size, but flagellum are large in size, long in size. Second difference, cilium are single type, but flagellum are two types. All cilium are a single type, flagellum are two types. Flagellum are present in 1, 2 or 4 in number in animal, but cilia are found 200 to 300 in animal. They are found in large number in animal, but flagellum is found 1, 2 or 4 in number maximum. Okay. So this is the difference between the cilium and flagellum. Now the structure of cilia or flagella. Basically, they are similar in structures. They have cylindrical structure which is surrounded by a membrane, and it is divided into 3 parts: shaft, basal body and rootlets. Any organism that have flagellum or cilium. So this is shaft and this is basal body, and last part is rootlet. Okay. So cilium or flagellum is divided into 3 structures. They consist of 3 parts: first is shaft, second basal body, and last is rootlets. Okay. Shaft is the outer part which is found in environment. They are originated from basal body or basal granule. In the structure of shaft is central core, doublet central core. A doublet central core is surrounded by 9 microtubules, 9 doublet microtubules. They show 9 plus 2 arrangement of microtubules. In the structure of shaft, TS of shaft, microtubules are arranged as 2 microtubules are in center, and they are surrounded by 9 doublet microtubules are in periphery. The peripheral microtubules are made up of 2 microtubules, in which first is A and second is B. They are made up of 2 microtubules, A and B subunit or subfibril. A microtubule is complete and made up of 30 protofilament. A microtubule is complete and made up of 13 filament, but B microtubule is incomplete and made up of 10 microtubules. Okay, they form doublet and arranged in the periphery of central core. The central microtubules are completed and formed by 30 microtubules. Okay, all the microtubules are surrounded by a membrane, that is protoplasmic membrane or unit membrane. All the peripherals doublet are attached to this central sheet with the help of radial spokes. They are attached to the central sheet and they are also interconnected. Okay. In the structure of rootlets, between the shaft and rootlet have a transition zone. Between rootlets and shaft have a transition zone. In the transition zone, the structure of shaft is converted into the structure of vessel body, and inner doublet microtubules are end in the transition zone. So in the vessel body, the arrangement of microtubules are seen 9 plus 0, because in the structure of vessel body, central microtubules are ended. They are not found in vessel body. Okay. So this is the structure of a shaft, structure of cilium and flagellum. And now the function of cilium and flagellum. The main function of cilium or flagellum is help in locomotion. Cilium and flagellum, the main function is help in locomotion, but they also help in detecting some odors and sensitivity of the temperature and chemicals. Okay, so this is all about the structure and function of cilium and flagellum. Now we are talking next cell organelles, that is centrosome. The next cell organelle is centrosome. Centrosome, firstly discovered by Baden in 1883, and later it was described and named by Theodore Boveri in 1888. Okay, centrosome is found in animals and some algae and fungi. Centrosome found in animals, some algae and fungi, but absent in plant cell. Absent in plant cell. Okay. Centrosome structurally consists of two parts or two structures, centrosphere and centriole. Centrosome consists of structurally two parts or two structures, centrosphere and centriole. Centrosphere is a amorphous ground substance which is mainly made up of tubulin protein. You can see here, this is centrosome. Okay, the structure of centrosome. Centrosome consists of two components. First is centrosphere. This amorphous ground substance, that is called as centrosphere, and in centrosphere two centrioles are embedded in it. Two centrioles are embedded in the centrosphere. These are two centriole which is embedded in the centrosphere. Okay. So in the structure of centrosome, first is centrosphere, and in which two centrioles are embedded and which are situated at the right angle to each other. Two centrioles are situated at the right angle to each other. Okay. This is the structure of centriole. And the amorphous ground substance is made up of tubulin protein. And each centriole has cylindrical structures which their length is approximate 300 to 500 nanometer, and their diameter is 150 to 250 nanometer. Each centriole is a cylindrical structure. Their length is 300 to 500 nanometer, and their diameter is 150 to 250 nanometer. Okay. The centriole, each centriole made up of tubulin protein. in the structure of centriole, each central axis is surrounded by 9 peripheral tubules. A central axis is surrounded by 9 peripheral tubules. Each peripheral tubule is consist of 3 subunit or 3 microtubules, 3 subunit or 3 fibers. Each peripheral tubule is consist of 3 subunit. Okay. Each subunit is A, B, and C. These peripheral tubules are interconnected to the central axis with 9 radial spokes. That is 9 radial spokes. With the help of 9 radial spokes, peripheral tubules are attached, peripheral triplets are attached to the central axis, and they are also remain interconnected to each other. Okay, so this is the structure of a centriole. This is structure of a centriole, and the structure of a centriole is exhibit cart wheel structure. The centriole exhibit the cart wheel structures. Okay, this is look like cart wheel. Now we are talking about the function of centriole. What functions are performed by centriole? Centriole performs some function. In the first function, formation of spindle fiber. During the cell division, amorphous centrosphere formed spindle fiber between the chromosomes. Second function, the centriole, two centriole makes opposite pole during the cell division. Okay, the two centrioles make opposite pole in the cell during the cell division. And third function, centrioles forms cilia and flagella. It forms cilia and flagella. And next function, it forms tail of sperm. Okay, the tail of sperm is formed by centrosome. Okay, so this is the function of centrioles. Okay, next cell organelles. One important point: the centriole is membraneless cell organelles. If any question talking about this membraneless cell organelles, then the answer is centrosome. Centrosomes and ribosomes both are membraneless cell organelles. Okay. So next, our topic is ribosomes. Ribosome was firstly discovered by Robinson and Brown. Ribosome firstly discovered by Robinson and Brown in plant cell. And in animal cell it was firstly observed by Pallade. Okay, firstly observed by Pallade in animal cell, and the term ribosome coined by R.B. Roberts. R.B. Roberts coined the term ribosome. Okay, ribosomes are membraneless cell organelles. Ribosomes are membraneless cell organelles, which is oblate spheroidal in shape. The shape of ribosome is oblate spheroidal in shape. Ribosomes are two types. Ribosomes are two types on the basis of presence in the cell. First is free ribosomes. Free ribosomes are those ribosomes which are found in group freely in group in the cytoplasm. Okay, they are found in freely group in the cytoplasm, and they are found in cytoplasm. Second is bounded ribosomes. Bounded ribosomes are those ribosomes which is bounded or attached with any another cell organelles like endoplasmic reticulum and nucleus. Bounded ribosomes are found on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum or nucleus. Okay. So these are two types on the basis of presence of the site. On the basis of sedimentation coefficient, ribosomes are further two types. First is 70S ribosome, second is 80S ribosomes. 70S ribosomes and 80S ribosome are two types on the basis of sedimentation coefficient. 70S ribosomes are made up of two subunits. First is 50S and second is 30S. 50S and 30S, two subunits make 70S ribosomes, and 70S ribosomes are found in prokaryote cells and mitochondria and chloroplast. In the chloroplast, mitochondria and prokaryotic cells have 70S type of ribosomes. 80S ribosomes are made up of two subunits. First is 60S ribosome and second 40S ribosome. 60S and 40S, two subunits combined and form 80S ribosomes, and 80S ribosomes are found in cytoplasm of eukaryotic cells. Okay, it is found in eukaryotic cells. Okay, now we are talking the structure of ribosomes. Ribosome made up of two subunits. First is larger unit and second smaller subunit. Okay? Two subunits. The larger subunit is dome shape and smaller subunit is oval shape. Okay? Smaller subunit is oval shape and larger subunit is dome shape, and the complete ribosomes is formed by attaching of two subunits. Okay? Joining of two subunits, and the joining and separation of the ribosomes is depends upon the concentration of magnesium ion. The union and dissociation of the ribosome subunit is depends upon the concentration of magnesium ion. Okay, and they are jointed when the protein synthesis is occur. When protein synthesis occur in the cell, then both subunits are attached or joined. Okay, these subunits are attached on the mRNA. These subunits are attached on when mRNA coming in the cytoplasm, then these subunits are attached on mRNA and form a chain that is called polysomes or polyribosomes. Polyribosomes or polysomes. Okay, when protein synthesis is occur in cell, then mRNA coming in the cytoplasm from the nucleus, and the subunit of ribosomes are attached on the mRNA and form a chain that is called polyribosome or polysomes. Okay. Ribosomes are mainly made up of RNA and protein. Ribosomes are mainly made up of RNA and protein and some ions like calcium, magnesium and manganese. These components together makes ribosomes. Okay. And the last function of ribosomes, the main function and last function of ribosome is protein synthesis. Ribosomes are involved in protein synthesis. Okay, so these are the all about the ribosomes and the cell organelles. Okay, thank you.